Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic, isn't it? I think it's, we finally got that big one that we've made it to third rounds and fourth rounds before. We've had League Cup runs and played in some great stadiums, but I think Liverpool's going to top it all. The links with the club, the milk advert, the players, the management staff, the proximity to between the two areas, it just adds everything to it. So it's a great tie for all of us.
You've played, in the West Ham game, the Middlesbrough game in the past. How excited, to get that draw? When Liverpool came out of the hat, you said everything just went crazy, didn't it?
I think it was disbelief at the start, really, when I saw it, because, like I said, we've been to third rounds and fourth rounds before, and we've never really got that massive one. We've always, it's always been, every time you play in the FA Cup, before every team talk, the manager will mention it, the opportunity, if we get to the third round, what it could mean. And we've got there, like I said, but we've never really got that big one. And for it to happen, it was a bit of disbelief, and then it sunk in that it was going to take place. And then we had to manage 7 or 8 league games, which we didn't do very well for the first 5 or 6. Thankfully, we picked up the last 2, and we're heading into the Liverpool game with a little bit of confidence, and we can enjoy the week leading up to it.
How important was it, the back-to-back wins in the league?
Huge, massive. Way more important than the Liverpool game for me. I think when I look at the Liverpool game as a whole, it's probably the biggest game I've played in. But result-wise, I played in a lot more games that are more dependent on the result. When you think about our promotion year, winning a league, when we got relegated, the run in then, how important them games were, and those last 2 games that we got there were just massive for our season. To get to, I think, 25 points midway through the season is a target we wanted to get to. We've managed to get to that now, and we need to make sure we kick on in the second half of the season.
Like you say, Liverpool's a bit of a diversion, but it's a very nice diversion. Yeah. What will it be like? Because your 2 boys now are just old enough to recognise what's going on the pitch and things like that. How do you think they'll deal with you running out at Anfield?
I don't know. I'd hope that. I'd like to think they'd be proud. Yeah, it's fantastic for them. I mean, they're really getting into football now. They know all the players. They watch a lot of games. They've been to Anfield for a tour, but they've never seen a game there. So I think the crowd might be a bit daunting to them at the start, but I'm sure they'll get into it. And I hope they and all the fans make the most of the occasion, because, like I say, they don't come along too often, and hopefully we'll give them something to cheer about on the pitch.
And you as a player, I know nobody knows what the squad will be as yet, but actually being able to take to the turf at Anfield, what would that, against hopefully world-class players, what would that mean to you?
That'll be fantastic, to say that you've played at Anfield, one of the most famous stadiums in all the world, against a team that are, one of the, if not the best team in Europe at the moment, the top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League table, world-class players throughout the team, world-class manager, the history that the club have, the atmosphere, the fan base, that, everything associated with Anfield. Yeah, it'd be fantastic to, something that I can say at the end of my career if I was to play at Anfield. I'll certainly tell people about that.
And there's so many people watching it, with it being live on ITV. You must be all desperate to put on a show as well.
Yeah, of course. We don't want to just turn up and get rolled over and embarrass ourselves. We want to put on a performance. And like I said, I think those last 2 games have been big for confidence in the team. It was difficult over Christmas. You could feel the atmosphere in the dressing room we were nervous, we were anxious, rightly so, because we weren't performing. We've managed to put that right in the last 2 games, and hopefully we can take that confidence into the game on Saturday.
Just lastly, as captain, how do you keep the likes of Josh Woods, Liam Coyle, and people, how do you keep them calm?
Just let them get on with it. No, I mean, I think Josh is a lively lad anyway, so that's his personality. I think Liam Coyle is more grounded. He'll certainly take it in a stride, but you've got to let players be themselves, be their own characters, whether they're going to be up here. It's a dream tie for them boys who followed Anfield or followed Liverpool all over the country for years. So it's great for them, great for our management team as well, manager and Jed, and most importantly the fans. I hope we give them something to cheer about come Saturday.